What do you think a loser is?
Is it someone who fails once?
Is it the person who falls and never stands again?
Most people will tell you a loser is someone who tried and failed.
Someone who lost.
Someone who stopped.
But listen, that's the easy story.
The story people tell themselves so they don't have to change.
Because if failure equals loser, then trying becomes pointless. Let me be blunt, that's garbage. The person who falls, who tries again and again, who bleeds and still keeps moving, that person is not a loser. They are a legend in slow motion. They are the storm the world underestimated. A real loser is different. A real loser is the one who gives up the moment the price climbs. A real loser is the one who surrenders at the first bruise. A real loser uses "I tried" as an excuse and lets "I tried" become the grave of their potential. Think about the ones you admire. The athletes who break records. The artists whose songs break your chest. The leaders who change nations. Do you think they tasted victory the first time they woke up and tried? No, they woke up and failed again and again, and each failure taught them how to move differently. They became addicted to victory because they learned to be addicted to the grind. So stop calling anyone a loser because they fell. Fall is the test. Get up, that's the grade. The only true loser is the one who quits because something hurt. You who listen, maybe somewhere inside you, a voice hides, afraid, weak, lying. Maybe it wants to keep you small. It whispers, "You're done. You tried. That's enough." That voice is not truth. It's the coward in you trying to protect itself. What if I told you that the person who bleeds and keeps moving is the person who writes history? What if I told you that every scar you carry is currency, and the more scars you earn, the richer you become? People call scars ugly. I call them badges. Proof of survival. Proof of effort. There are two kinds of pain. One kind breaks you. It makes you shrink and hide. The other kind sculpts you. It teaches you where to stand and how to strike. The difference is not the pain itself, it's what you do with it. Do you run from it? Or do you use it as fuel? A loser runs. A legend converts. You see someone who failed and call them weak. But what did you do when the same storm hit you? Did you stand firm? Or did you fold? Real losers are afraid of risk. They measure their life in safety points, not in courage. They fear being mocked, so they never try. They fear loneliness, so they settle. They fear rejection, so they never reveal their best work. And most tragically, they are terrified of being alone with their ambition. They refuse to be the only one awake at 3 a.m. while the world sleeps. They refuse to be the person who eats the bitterness of growth, while others enjoy the sweetness of comfort. If that voice inside you trembles when you even think about trying again, find it. Look it in the eyes. Name it. Because you cannot defeat what you do not see. And when you find it, do something ruthless. Kill it. Not physically, mentally, symbolically. Kill the habit of surrendering. Kill the excuses. Kill the cowardice that wears the mask of reason. Because the world doesn't give trophies to the cautious. The world bows to the relentless, to the one who refuses to stop, to the person who treats failure as rehearsal, not the final show. So here's your first command. From today, refuse the label loser. Refuse to be the person who quits after a single knock. Refuse to let fear pick the path for you. A loser is not someone who falls. A loser is someone who refuses to rise. Be the opposite. You think losers are easy to spot? You think they walk around with the word failure written on their forehead? No, losers look just like everyone else. They laugh. They talk. They even dream. But inside, something's dead. Something that once burned bright has gone silent. They wake up every morning with the same routine. Scroll, compare, complain, repeat. They call it resting. But what they're really doing is hiding. Hiding from their own potential. Hiding from the mirror that tells them you could have been more. There are different kinds of losers. Let's talk about them. Because until you name them, you can't destroy them. The one who never begins. He's got ideas, dreams, maybe even talent. But he kills every dream with one word. What if? What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if it doesn't work? So he waits. He waits for the right time, the perfect day, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. But perfection is a myth, and so he keeps waiting until time eats him alive. And when you ask him, why didn't you try? He'll smile sadly and say, it wasn't meant to be. No, it was meant to be. He just wasn't brave enough to make it happen. This one's a master of storytelling. He always has a reason why he couldn't do it. I didn't have time. I didn't have support. I didn't have luck. He collects excuses the way others collect trophies. Every time life demands effort, he gives an explanation instead. And slowly, without realizing, he becomes comfortable with mediocrity. He starts defending his failures instead of fixing them. Listen, you can either defend your weakness or destroy it, but you can't do both. This one is everywhere. He measures his worth through someone else's timeline. If someone else shines, he dims his own light. If someone else wins, he calls himself a failure. He doesn't realize that he's trying to win someone else's race, and that's why he keeps losing his own. You see, jealousy is the most dangerous kind of poison. It doesn't kill instantly, it kills slowly. It eats your confidence one bite at a time until there's nothing left. This one starts strong. He's loud about his goals. He says, this time I'll change. This time I'll be different. And for a while, he is. He works hard. Until it gets hard. Then he disappears. He ghosts his own dreams. You'll see him online again, talking about new goals, new plans, new fresh starts. But inside, he's recycling failure after failure because he never finishes what he starts. Listen carefully. There is no finish line without pain. There is no growth without pressure. The moment you stop running is the moment you start losing. The moment you stop fighting is the moment you start dying, not physically, but mentally. And then there's the worst kind. The one who knows all this, who knows they're wasting their potential, and still does nothing. The lazy genius, the wasted talent, the dreamer with no discipline. You've seen them, maybe you are them. They talk about their goals like poetry, but when it's time to act, they vanish. They live inside fantasies, not effort. They fall in love with the idea of success, but hate the process it demands. You want to know the saddest thing about losers? They're not born losers. They become losers, one small decision at a time. Every I'll do it tomorrow, every I don't feel like it today, every maybe next time. These tiny choices pile up until one day they wake up and realize their entire life became a museum of almosts. Almost successful, almost consistent, almost enough. Almost is the coffin of greatness. So if you recognize yourself in any of these, stop running. Stop pretending it's okay. Stop defending your own destruction. Because awareness without action is just another form of losing. So now you know who the real loser is. You've seen their faces. You've recognized their voice inside your head. The fear, the excuses, the laziness disguised as logic, the weakness that wears comfort like perfume. Now it's time to kill that version of yourself. Not tomorrow, not Sunday. Now, because every second you delay, the loser inside you grows stronger. He whispers a little softer, but every whisper pulls you backward. He loves comfort. He loves safety. He feeds on your hesitation, and the only way to destroy him is to starve him. Starve him of comfort. Starve him of excuses. Starve him of fear. You can't heal what you keep protecting. You can't grow while babysitting your weakness. You can't win if you're still explaining why you're losing. At some point, you need to become dangerous again. You need to become the version of yourself that terrifies your old habits. The version that wakes up before the sun does. The version that doesn't need motivation, because discipline became its default mode. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop thinking life will get easier. It won't. Life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. If you choose to, the pain will never disappear. It only changes shape. So stop begging for a painless life.
Beg for the power to handle pain like a warrior.
Because legends are not born from comfort. They're carved from chaos. They're made from sleepless nights, broken plans, and endless comebacks. You want to stop being a loser? Then burn your comfort zone. Kill your old self every morning and rebuild better by night. Forget what people think. Forget what they say. The same people calling you crazy now will call you genius later if you don't quit. Discipline is the knife that kills your weakness. Pain is the gym that builds your soul. And loneliness is not your enemy, it's your training ground. Because that's where the real you is built, in silence. When nobody claps, when nobody cares. Someday, the same people who laughed at you will say, "I always knew you'd make it." And you'll smile, not out of revenge, but because you remember the nights when you almost gave up, the nights when nobody saw your effort, the nights when you carried your pain alone and still didn't quit. That's not weakness. That's legend status. Listen carefully. You don't have to be the strongest. You just have to be the most persistent. You just have to be the one who doesn't stop when it hurts. Because that's the difference between a loser and a legend. Not talent, not luck, not privilege, just endurance. So from now on, make it a rule. No more maybe, no more someday, no more next time. If you say you'll do it, do it. If you start, finish. If you fail, rise. Because a loser quits once, but a legend dies trying. There comes a point in life when silence becomes too loud. When your own reflection starts asking questions you can't answer. Who are you becoming? What happened to the fire you once had? And you just stare back, empty, tired, unsure. That's the moment when life gives you a choice. Stay broken or rebuild. Stay ordinary or rise again, even if it hurts like hell. Because deep down, you know, you were never born to live small. You were never meant to be just another name, another face in the crowd. There's a reason you survived everything that was meant to destroy you. There's a reason your heart still beats even after 1,000 breakdowns. You think it was coincidence? No, it was a test. Every failure, every loss, every night you cried silently, it was preparing you for the moment when you finally stop begging the world for mercy. Because mercy doesn't create monsters, pain does. And maybe that's what you need to become, a monster with a purpose. Not cruel, not heartless, but unstoppable. You can't inspire the world while you're afraid of breaking. You can't be great while you keep chasing approval. You can't build an empire while you still care who believes in you. The truth is, the world only respects power, not potential. And power only comes to those who refuse to stay down. So stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Stop feeding your sadness like a pet.
Start feeding your hunger instead.
Start feeding your obsession.
You see, a loser waits for motivation.
A legend builds it.
A loser avoids pain.
A legend hunts it.
A loser escapes reality.
A legend bends reality until it breaks in his favor.
That's the difference. Not luck, not timing, just brutal consistency. When nobody believes in you, good. When nobody helps you, perfect. When nobody claps, excellent. Because that's when the real version of you starts to wake up. The version that doesn't need validation. The version that moves in silence, kills in progress, and buries the old you in discipline. People will call you crazy. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you've become cold, but they won't understand that you had to freeze your emotions to survive. They won't understand that softness doesn't survive in a world built on pressure. So yes, you've changed. You've evolved. You've turned your pain into armor. And that's not something to apologize for. That's something to celebrate. Let them call you obsessed. Let them call you arrogant. Let them say you've gone too far. Because too far is exactly how legends are made. Every genius, every conqueror, every champion, they all had one thing in common. They were willing to be misunderstood while they built their greatness. You want to stop being a loser? Then stop waiting for someone to understand your dream. Stop explaining your fire to people who've only ever known smoke. Remember this, you were never weak, you were just tired. You were never lost, you were just surrounded by noise. And you were never a loser, you just forgot who you are. You are power disguised as a person. You are chaos learning to walk straight. You are the product of every wound that didn't kill you. So stand up, right now. Don't wait for the perfect mood or perfect timing. Perfection is a myth. Movement is real. Move angry. Move broken. Move with tears in your eyes, but move. Because motion is how losers die and legends are born. Someday, when you look back, you'll thank the pain that broke you. You'll thank the silence that forced you to listen to yourself. You'll thank the darkness that taught you how to see. And you'll realize you were never fighting the world. You were fighting the version of yourself that kept saying, I can't. Now that version is dead, buried, forgotten. What stands here now is something else. Something stronger, something sharper, something unstoppable. So don't ever call yourself a loser again. You're not losing, you're loading. And when you're done loading, the world won't survive your comeback.